Where's the...
I swear to God, for one more fucking time, you do that one more fucking time, I'm gonna...
Ladies, you're both pretty.
Stay out of it!
No, you.
I don't even know what I did.
Good evening,
What
my
didn't
darling
you do?
batlings. I'm joined tonight by JKR and Nerd E Furret. I specifically wanted Nerd E Furret to be a part of this because he's a relative newcomer to the Sonic franchise. Is that correct?
It is.
He's never played Sonic Adventure 2.
Never, well, I mean, kinda. I played the GameCube version, because like I said, it was one of the first games I had for the GameCube, but I don't remember a damn thing about it.
Okay. It was Rouge the Bat's debut, and, are you okay for Rouge the Bat?
I was promised that if I'm a good boy today, I get a treat.
Yes, but only if you're a good boy.
Problem is, he'll never be a good boy. He'll never be a good boy. No, I can guarantee you he will never be a good boy. But he might be a good Furret.
That's a good point. Anyways, we're playing this on...
Okay for Rouge the Bat.
We're playing this on my actual Dreamcast.
Oh, nice.
For the most authenticity. Because I would argue that the Dreamcast versions of the adventure games are the best way to play them. Even though Battle on the GameCube has the better multiplayer. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on over here. This menu is because my Dreamcast is modded with a drive that lets me play games off an SD card. Because, as with all of these old CD and DVD-based consoles, those disk drives are dying with age.
Oh, jeez.
Sad but true.
Yeah, and Dreamcast disk drives especially are hard to replace because it's a proprietary drive instead of a generic one. Because Dreamcast used its own proprietary disk format called GD-ROMs, which were a custom variant of CD-ROMs that could hold a gigabyte of data.
You see, kids, back in the day, it was almost impossible to... the very idea of a terabyte would blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, this is when we were, like, boasting about our computers having 64 megabytes of RAM.
You kids today with your terabytes and your gigabytes and your whatever bytes.
Alright, I've got a fresh file for us to play off of. We're starting with the Dark Story so we can get to Low Poly Rouge.
I will be a good Furret.
And also because I'm still in the mood for the Year of Shadow, even though the Year of Shadow's over. The Year of Shadow continues to live in our hearts.
Agreed. It's always the Year of Shadow.
The real Year of Shadow is the friends we made along the way.
Also, let me know if I have to turn down the capture card volume, because the adventure games do be loud.
It's fine on this end. Let me check the stream.
No, I know it'll be fine on the stream. I'm talking about in the call.
No, I think the call is fine. How about you, Fur? What do you think?
It sounds good to me.
Okay.
Glad we were in agreement on something.
This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
This was my introduction to, well, the GameCube version was, but this was my introduction to the game version of, Dr. Robotnik / Dr. Eggman. And let me tell you, Dean Bristow's voice, with me being someone that grew up on Long John Baldry, it hit me like a truck, like, holy shit, that is awesome. He sounds threatening instead of hilarious. And he keeps saying, Yosh. This is also the first and only mainline game so far that lets us play as Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, you pilot that mech.
Like
No joke. No joke. whenever I get skilled enough to do so, I want to build that fucking thing for a cosplay.
That would be difficult.
Not really. I could see at least 3 different ways it could be done.
Like, I could see, like, having the mech legs be your actual legs.
Yeah.
That's basically what I've seen.
But it would have to, you know, it would have to be, like, straight legs instead of these digitigrade legs, you know, like the chicken
Not
legs that go
necessarily.
backwards.
No,
Actually,
not necessarily.
Furret has actually got a point here. He and I have seen this.
You could do shadow legs.
Yeah, I've seen it done.
You just do shadow legs and have the metal legs bend back, but wear black pants and black shoes.
Okay.
Yep.
Connect them in.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who dress up as like dinosaurs, like actual realistic dinosaurs, do that with their cosplays.
I seen a Luna cosplayer that did it with her legs,
I did not see a Luna cosplayer do it, but
so that she had the actual bent back wolf legs.
nice.
Speaking of sexy wolves, have you seen the fursuit that Buff Pup made for convention appearances?
Don't know who that is.
Buff Pup is a popular indie VTuber who is a werewolf who is also very buff. And she has, like, you know, a humanoid werewolf form where it's like, you know, sexy wolf girl, and then she has, like, a full-on werewolf form, and she made a fursuit of that form for convention appearances.
Nice.
But I'm supposed to be a good Furret today. I'm not supposed to think about things like that.
Oh, you can think about them, you just can't say them. Remember, there's no such thing as thought crimes.
Depends on the thought crime, actually.
They can't prove it if they can't read your mind. There's no such thing as a thought crime unless the judge and jury are all psychic.
That's fair.
Problem is, I don't have to be psychic to know exactly what Furret is thinking.
My God, this beef stroganoff is delicious.
Don't lie to me, Furret. I know exactly what you're thinking.
Beef stroganoff.
He's thinking, I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back.
Damn it, how did you know?
Expect Snapcube to come up a lot in this playthrough. Because this is the game that sort of launched Snapcube into popularity.
Yosh! Yosh! Happy dance!
Seriously, it would be so cool if somehow Alfred from Snapcube got to voice Eggman in something official.
I am the best.
I would love to see that actually happen, where it's just like Eggman Nega on, like, you know, like we get to see Eggman Nega and it's just voiced by fucking Alfred.
You got one Sonic!
Yep, those are the emblems. There are 180 of them to collect. If you collect them all, you unlock a 3D version of Green Hill. Because this was the 10th anniversary game.
Nice.
Top secret weapon. It's a lot smaller than I expected.
It's bigger on the inside.
User data.
God damn it, it's a fucking hedgehog!
Password is Maria. Maria.
Maria!
Chaos Emerald into this console.
Oh god damn it, it's a fucking Gotchamon!
This was also the debut of Shadow, which was... He was supposed to be a one-off character in this game, funnily enough. Like, they didn't plan for him to become a mainstay.
Yo. But he was so popular that he stayed.
Yep.
It's alive! It's alive! It's a fucking hedgehog!
Are you trying to spoil
Fuck.
my plans again? Wait a minute. You're not Sonic. This is impossible. My name is Shadow.
Since you were so kind to release me, my master, I shall grant you one wish.
Now what?
Apparently Shadow's a genie.
Possess.
I do this.
This is Scorpion Troops Hotshot. Enemy movement has
God damn it, Hotshot, shut up.
and destroyed.
You already piss off Armada Bridged Optimus enough, and now you're invading my Sonic.
What can I say, man? Sometimes it just happens. Fuck, it's been years since I've done the hotshot voice.
Yeah, the Hotshot voice was just like a more energetic Takuya voice. Like the Takuya voice was more like kind of nerdy and whiny, while the Hotshot voice was more like spunky and energetic.
Yeah. To be fair, it's also been forever since I've really done Takuya.
Yeah. I don't know how, like, what you needed to, you know, practice with to get the Takuya voice, because it was something you just kind of came up with on the spot and managed to...
It was by Celestia's glorious sun-clad flank!
Yeah.
Speaking of Abridgimon, Ari, I can't remember what was your thing about like you would stream
If I get 500 subscribers on my main channel to get it partnered.
I get you. Okay.
On my main YouTube channel, I should say, which is the VOD channel now, because that's the one that's closest to 500. Whereas, you know, the review channel, which is where I'm making my main, you know, original content and would like to monetize, that's still a brand new channel. So
right,
that's too big of a goal to set for it to get from like 10 subscribers to 500 subscribers in a short amount of time.
Right.
No, I get you. That makes sense.
And also because the main why I use as my main channel, which is now the VOD channel, has been in the 450 range for years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You will grant me a wish.
But yeah, if we're able to get me partnered on my main YouTube channel, then I'll do a creator commentary stream of Abridgimon Frontier.
On the space colony of
Okay.
I love Eggman's model in this game. It's so derpy. There she is! First appearance of Rouge. First appearance of the character that would birth a generation of furries.
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine. You got that? The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emeralds. That makes it very powerful. What the?
I'm a good Furret. I'm a good Furret.
Look who's calling who at me. I came here following the signal from the Emerald. If I understand, this is the Master Emerald.
Master Emerald.
Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Eggman.
Well, I guess it's
I'm a good Furret.
Applehead. If I can help it.
So Angel Island's just fucked now, isn't it? Since he shattered the emerald.
Promotion.
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald.
Harder, mommy.
Lucky Knuckles.
I mean, what?
I'm a good Furret.
I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald. Into it once I get back to the base.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, they made her like, okay, so like, I know a lot of people are like looking at her modern design and being like, oh, she's so sexy. They made her a straight up short stack in this game.
Yep.
Like, she's got massive hips. She's got the big booba that breasts boobily all over the place. I don't know why they need to give her breast physics, but, you know, kudos to them for doing it.
Yep.
What that
Also,
climate
fun
do,
fact, her
baby.
original name was not going to be Rouge.
Only two.
What was it gonna be?
Playing off of how she was supposed to be the
Tootsie
evil
McGee?
counter. Nope. Close, but no. Given that she's supposed to be the evil counterpart to Knuckles, her name was going to be Nails.
That checks.
That makes a lot of sense, but I'm actually glad they went with the name Rouge instead of Nails.
Yeah. Partly because Nails sounds too similar to Tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because she doesn't
Honestly, I
fight using, like, claw swipes, she fights using kicks.
Yeah. Honestly, if anything, I would have been like, if they wanted to use the name Nails, it could have easily been like, what if Eggman decided to fucking clone or like, you know, make a robotic duplicate of Knuckles and call it Nails just to get back and, you know, just
Well, he
as
did make a robotic duplicate of Knuckles in Sonic R, but it's just called Mecha Knuckles.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, why, you know, if I were Eggman, I would have actually named it Nails just for the hell of, you know, just for the sake of saying it's like, it's legally distinct from Knuckles, the best kind of distinct.
Then again, I'm trying to inject story into Sonic R, which has...
Yeah, fair.
It has a story in the manual, doesn't mean anything in the game. I'm waiting for that turtle to come back so I can grab onto it. Because I'm pretty sure I know where this emerald piece is. There he is. These turtles are so cute.
Yeah, the turtles.
Like they got the
They are cute,
they got the big cute like cutesy eyes. They're so
There's a
adorable.
cow.
That's not a Chow. That is Omo Chow, the robot that debuted in this game to give you tutorial advice.
Ah,
And he's
I
voiced by
remember
Rouge's
this was-
voice actress in this game.
nice.
It's gotta be close.
It's probably
Her
over
voice
here.
is a
There it
little
is.
Off-putting though, because it's not like the super sensual Rouge.
Yeah, partly
that I'm
because in
used
this
to.
game they don't play up like the sexuality of her character. She's more just like bratty.
Fuck, they don't.
Well, I mean, in terms of how she's written, not in terms of how she's modeled.
Right.
In terms of how she's written, she's more like kind of catty, for lack of a better term.
Daddy.
She tried to strangle Knuckles. That was fun.
Yep.
She could, you know, strangle me.
No.
I'd be good for it.
Don't say. Well, actually, you know, for how would one strangle you anyway? You're just a tube of fluff.
He still has a
He
throat. He still has a throat.
There's a neck in this fluff somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like
but
that.
where is
It's
that?
like in that interview. It's like in that Google autocomplete questionnaire thing that I showed you with the Sesame Street cast, where somebody asked if Cookie Monster has a nose. He says yes. It's just real deep down in the fluff.
Climb that wall.
Bing, bing.
Where
I
is
somewhat
this?
remember this game from when, this part of the game from when I was a kid. The saddest part of the saddest thing that I'm ever going to confess is I think it was the Knuckles and Rouge the Bat segments that actually turned me off from the game.
Yeah, a lot of people say that the Knuckles and Rouge segments are the weakest part of the game. I find that they're okay. They're a step down from Knuckles' segments in Sonic Adventure 1, but they're fine enough. I've seen worse.
All too easy for me.
Like I will say this.
Is it all too easy for you?
There's one Rouge section that really
Mad
pisses me off.
Mad Space, and Security Hall are two of the worst stages in the game, and they're both Rouge stages.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like because of this, because of the stupid time limit that fucking Rouge
5
sets for
minutes should be
herself.
plenty. And it's like, no, he said 15, Rouge. Shut up. You know, one of the weird things to think about it.
Go back to the sexy bat.
One of the weird things to think about in hindsight with Sonic Adventure 2 is that a lot of, like, for as much hype as it built up for Shadow's debut with its promotional material, Shadow has the least amount of stages of any character in the game.
Oddly, that makes sense because he was kind of being built up to be the main villain.
Well, yeah, but like even in the Dark Side story, which is what we're doing now, Eggman and Rouge have more stages than Shadow. Not even combined, just individually. Shadow has only 4 stages in the game. Not counting boss fights.
So I think another thing that kind of turned me off to this game, though, like kind of a weird context here, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, this was one of the first GameCube games I ever got. Right? And
Yeah.
I got it because I got it in a bundle with the GameCube and Super Smash Bros. Melee that my parents bought me for being so good during my surgery to get braces.
Okay.
And I was super excited to play this, but I was in such pain from the braces that I couldn't concentrate on it long enough.
Yeah, I've had braces before. They are super uncomfortable.
The first few weeks
at first,
you have them,
yeah, for the first few weeks. My dentist was like, "Oh, your upper teeth have kind of fallen out of alignment. Would you like to get braces again?" I'm like, "No, the fuck, I wouldn't."
Right?
Like, the thing is, when I had the opportunity to get braces, I turned it down and switched. Went for Invisalign.
I didn't have that opportunity.
Neither did I.
Yeah, honestly, the problem with Invisalign was that even after you use them, you still have to have a fucking retainer for the rest of your life to keep your teeth in the way that you want them. So I was like, when I realized that was a thing, I was like, fuck that shit.
Thankfully, I don't have to worry about my bottom teeth falling out of alignment because I've got a permanent retainer glued onto them.
Oof.
Oh, nice.
Like,
Or less nice, depending on your point of view.
as someone with autism and ADHD and like super sensitivity to certain like mouth related textures, it feels weird having this metal bar that my tongue scrapes up against all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Especially since I recently found out, well, I kind of guessed it myself, it was confirmed by my most recent dentist visit, my tongue is actually too big for my mouth.
Well, the good news is that your future girlfriend will be very, very lucky.
Sadly, it's not in terms of length, it's in terms of width.
I stand by what I said.
I mean, it depends on what kind of size queen you are. The thing is about size queens, as someone who's dated at least one size queen, is it's not length that matters, it's girth. It's like, the best way I've heard it summed up is, would you rather have a long, thin cigarette or a fat cigar?
That's fair.
I love how this conversation just turned into.
Yeah, it's still not about Rouge the Bat.
We're talking about tongues, dude. What are you
We're talking about tongues. We're not... What are you thinking? Are we sure it's Furret that needs to be good?
Hey! You know I'm never good.
I was talking about when you guys are eating ice cream together, and she sees you, eating the ice cream, man. What the
Yeah,
fuck were you
no one
thinking?
said anything lewd. By the way, I'm still considering speaking of things that are not lewd, I'm still thinking of opening up a Fansly for non-lewd purposes, just so I can stream games that are banned on Twitch.
Nice.
Like, I recently found out, you know Fillion has a Fansly, right?
I did not.
But she
And I don't
doesn't
know that I
use
wanna
it
see
for she doesn't use it for like, you know, not safe for work stuff. She just uses it as like a Patreon.
My brain is still trying to wrap around the fact that Fillion is in her 40s.
That was a joke. She's not serious about it.
Really? Because
Yes.
her Wikipedia page says otherwise.
Yes, and her Wikipedia page is based off of stuff that's in her lore.
That's fair, I suppose.
Like, she's not actually 40. And her mom that shows up on stream is not actually her mom.
Yeah, that I knew.
That is actually a separate VTuber named Cha-Cha, who is supposed to be everyone's mom.
But yes.
Fillion strikes me as she'd probably be somewhere in her 20s.
She strikes me as someone that's in, like, probably her mid-20s. Given that she's been streaming for a while.
She's adorable,
Yes.
but I can't take her in long doses.
Yeah. She's, I can't handle her in long doses either. She tires me out.
Find out just what's going on up there.
Get ready for the reporter with the most ever-changing accent ever.
Nice.
We interrupt
Bingo.
the broadcast for an important news flash. There has been a break-in at the Federal Reserve Bank today. Mysteriously, the only thing that was stolen was the Chaos Emerald. According to eyewitnesses at the scene, the suspect was identified as the world-renowned hero, Sonic the Hedgehog. The suspect was seen...
Ma'am, where's your accent from? And the answer is probably that she's Dutch.
The answer is she's from Spanish Germany.
I've met a couple Dutch people. Their accents sound like that.
I was going to say Germany, Italianese,
Russianese. Australia-ish.
Maria looked like she's in her 50s.
Because they were still trying to figure out how humans should look in Sonic.
For all the people on that planet.
Like the
Man,
scale,
what is wrong with your face?
A lot of things.
the scale is really off in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 when it comes to like humans versus Sonic characters. Like the Sonic characters look bigger than they should.
Do you require a band-aid? Would that assist?
Given that she had just been shot, probably not. All right, Shadow's first level. The first time we went to Radical Highway.
Hell yeah, guys! We're doing it! We're Shadow!
Also, if you see a lot of billboards in the city stages that say soap, that is a bit of product placement for a short-lived line of sneakers called Soap Shoes that had little, like, inlets in their soles that you were supposed to use for grinding on rails.
Oh.
Which is also
Here, I
why
was gonna
Sonic
say
has
cleaning your
different
feet,
shoes
but-
in this game than he usually does.
Here I was going to say they were for cleaning your feet, but shows what I know.
No, they're like on the bottoms of the shoes. And they were for like you were supposed to like while you're skateboarding, hop off your skateboard and land on the rail and grind down it on your shoes.
So what you're saying is that the shoes are at soap.
Yes, the shoes are at soap. And this is the game that introduced rail grinding, so it was a smart bit of product placement for a brand that was not around very long, and the shoes are now hard to find and expensive to buy secondhand.
What do you mean the shoes were at soap?
I mean
they're at soap. They were at soap. Soap's not a thing anymore. You wonder why VTubers are so stinky. It's because there's no soap anymore.
I'll have you know I shower frequently.
Yes, but do you use soap? Soap's out of business,
yes,
so
I
you
do.
can't use soap.
I have my own soap. Thank you very much.
You make your own soap? I'm pretty sure that you could get done for trademark infringement.
Yeah, what are they gonna fucking do?
I swear to God that one billboard said got soap. And you know what? I approve.
I think it actually did.
Got soap. Yes, yes, I do.
But yes, what are they gonna fucking do?
Sue you.
So what are they gonna do? They're out of business.
You'd be surprised I still get copyright claims from any time I try to do Video Brincado stuff, even though Video Brincado's been out of business for like a decade.
Amigo, next lane. Well, good to know I know where to find a friend.
You may also notice that this is very blatantly the Golden Gate Bridge. This is because Sonic Team's USA division, back when that was still a thing, was located in San Francisco. So they based a lot of the, and since Sonic Team USA was the division that developed this game, they based a lot of the scenery off of local landmarks for the city stages.
Nice.
That's also why all the voice actors were San Francisco-based voice actors.
Hear that, kids? If you ever want to get into voice acting, go to San Francisco.
Well, just
Or
California in
Dallas,
general. Just ignore the fact
Dallas,
that,
you wanna voice anime.
that it said got ring.
Got ring. Oh.
But, yeah, just San Francisco in general. Not San Francisco in general, California in general. Just ignore the fact that, rent is extraordinarily high there.
You know,
Just work seven jobs.
You know, I don't claim to be an architect in any way, shape, or form, but I don't remember the Golden Gate Bridge having loop-de-loops.
That's because it's not the Golden Gate Bridge, because this isn't America, it's the United Federation.
Also, Furret, when was the last time you actually saw the Golden Gate Bridge?
Hey, look, it's Sonic!
Hey look, it's Sonic's first appearance in this Sonic game.
It all starts with this.
It's with this.
Jewel
Containing the ultimate power.
Can't buy that for no dollar. No, sir.
I'd buy that for $1.
The military has mistaken me for the likes of you. So, where do you think you're
By the way, you want to know something that'll ruin your perception of this game's presentation forever? Two things, actually. The subtitles are Comic Sans. And the other thing is that most of the animation in this game was motion captured. So now you're going to imagine people doing these motions and it being scaled down to like 3-foot hedgehogs. I'm the world's ultimate life form. There's no
And tiny
time
short
for
stack
games.
bats.
Farewell! Yep. And tiny short stack bats. And to
Thanks to
Eggman
this
with
game.
his comically long legs.
Thanks to this game, we're not okay for bats.
Eggman's base, and we'll proceed to enter it now.
You might say,
That's
we're
quick.
positive batty.
I will say, there's one thing about this model that I really like over her more modern redesigns that I wish they had kept. Other than, you know, the more short stacky proportions. She's a bat. They gave her fangs. She almost never has fangs after this.
Yeah.
I think she does have them in Sonic Prime, but I'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah, probably
Which,
in Sonic
honestly, I
Prime,
wanna do
because they
anyway.
played up a lot more of her, like, bat aspects in how she's animated and, like, little stuff like her sleeping upside down with her wings wrapped around her, which was really cute.
Yes. My only displeasure with Sonic Prime is that she's voiced by Tabitha St. Germain.
Oh, yeah,
Who's also the voice of Rarity. And I don't like Rarity.
And she also voiced Alexis in Transformers Armada.
And
Nothing against Tabitha St. Germain because she also voices.
You just
Luna,
don't like
who I
Rarity.
love.
Not you.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't like Tabitha St. Germain. You just don't like Rarity.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
you know,
could you? There you go. I was going to say, could you
nails.
control your tits?
I'm sorry. Did it just have you pick your nails as a girl character?
No, we got an item called the Pick Nails, which lets us dig.
Oh, okay. I thought it was saying pick your nails.
No, the item is called Pick Nails,
Yes. To be
which
fair,
kind of
though,
plays
I-
into how she was originally going to be called Nails.
Right. To be fair, though,
Yeah.
I do actually love her in Sonic Prime, for the record.
Yes, her characterization in Sonic Prime is one of the few good things about Sonic Prime.
I do think JKR wants something to say, though.
I was gonna say that I believe Tabitha St. Germain was Toa Nokama in Bionicle 2 and 3, but I had to double check that. I could be.
So look
I
it
have to
up.
double check that because I'm looking it up now.
Do it faster.
Well,
You gotta go
don't
fast.
rush me.
It's Sonic,
go
dude. You gotta go
fast.
fast.
You want to know something I discovered through an album that
She was Nokama.
You want to know something I discovered through a album that Nate Wants to Battle did of Sonic songs?
I was horribly wrong, by the way. It's not Tabitha St. Germain, it's Kazumi Evans, who is the
Okay.
singing voice of Rarity.
But the thing I learned is that the Sonic X theme works really well as like a skate punk style song.
Nice.
You know, like something like Blink 182 style.
Tails is voiced by Ashley Ball.
Yeah, there's a lot. It was done. The voice acting for Sonic Prime was done by Ocean. So there's a lot of voice actors from not just like Transformers and Bionicle, but especially My Little Pony.
And now I have a reason why I now have to regret not going to go see Shannon Shane Kent when she was down here last month. Shannon Chan Kent is the voice of Rusty Rose.
Oh yeah, Rusty Rose, the evil Amy that people are not okay for.
And myself included.
Also, hey, Coffee Pot.
Hey, Coffee Pot. Yo, it's
Hey,
Rouge, she's sexy
Coffee.
and smooth. Yeah, that is an actual lyric in one of Knuckles' level themes. Yeah, Rouge, she's sexy and smooth.
Well, next time Shannon's at a con that I'm going to, I'll have to grab my Rusty Rose action figure and have her sign it.
I thought about picking up a Shadow action figure from the Sonic 3 movie the other day, but my local Walmart was all sold out of Sonic 3 stuff except for a whole bunch of Dr. Robotniks.
I'm surprised at the number of Dr. Robotniks I've been finding.
Yeah,
Speaking of
I think it's
Robotniks,
because it's
Furret.
like... I think it's
Yeah, I
because
saw
it's I think it's the same mold as the Sonic 2 Dr. Robotnik. It's not like chubby like he should be. But yeah, the only Shadow thing they had was like the Shadow on a motorcycle. But I'm like, no, I want something I can display and pose.
And you can't display and pose him on the motorcycle
Because he's attached to the motorcycle.
Like me?
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
The one I remember seeing the other day, it was an action figure with the motorcycle.
No, this one is like the motorcycle with
Oh,
Shadow
like
on
the
it
R-
as its own toy.
like the RV
Not like
thing.
an RC car, but as like
Oh.
something. I don't know.
It's a
I also looked on Amazon and I could find Shadow figures, but they were like $30.
Hold on a second. Bat physics.
Yep, Bat Physics.
over 50 years ago? What's he doing up there anyway? Doesn't matter. It's my mission to find out what he's up to.
Pose it, girl. I mean, I'm a good Furret.
You're never a good Furret.
You want to know something that'll ruin this voice of Rouge for you, even if you're not a fan of this particular Rouge voice in general?
Must you?
She also voiced Bubsy in Bubsy 3D.
And there goes the boner.
But on the bright side, she also continues to voice Ivy from Soul Calibur.
And there it is again.
Just kidding. I am 100% joking.
Sure you are.
I mean, no one's okay for Ivy, especially not the developers with how much they keep increasing her booba size with every game.
I am not surprised they actually do that, because I
mean, look at
all the.
If you want to see the absolute peak of ridiculousness, compare her original Soul Edge design from the Soul Edge / Soul Blade arcade and PS1 game, and compare that to how she looked in Soul Calibur 4, where she's not only wearing an outfit that 100% would not stay in place during a battle, but is shocking that they got away with something that skimpy in a teen-rated game.
Yeah.
Like, Dead or Alive gets rated M just for its sexual content, and then there's Ivy breasting boobily all over the place with massive honka-donka-badonkas in what can basically be described as a full-body thong.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to wrap my brain around the thing that you said of the full body badonkadonk.
The full-body thong, yeah, because it's like,
No, what you said before that.
massive honka-donka-badonkas.
Yes, that.
Yeah, I got that from one of the greatest Hololive VTubers to ever exist, Kiryu Coco. I hope she's happy in retirement and is totally not just rebranded into Kason. They are separate people, remember, they are legally distinct, the best kind of distinct.
Right.
And
just like Demon Dice and
Demon Dice and Calliope, yeah. Or like Henya and Pikami.
The funny part is, I love how at first that was supposed to be Amelie and Monarch, but Amelie said, "Fuck it, I can't hold it in anymore. I am Monarch." There's no
same
reason
thing
for
with
this to be separate.
Same thing with Alejandro Saab and Sayu.
Sayu. Yeah.
Or one that was actually a mystery for a while, but she came out relatively recently, was Jesse James Greel and Mimcubus.
Huh.
Jesse James Greel, who you might know formerly before they came out as trans. You might have known them as Josh Greel, the voice of Armin from Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice. Now, my favorite trans voice actor story, actually, there's two of them, but the main one is Jesse Nowacking.
Oh, yeah, Jesse Nowak. I like that Jesse Nowak was able to keep his name, but just change the spelling of it. And
Yep.
like, that's a cool move. That's a flex.
Yeah, but my favorite story with them is they were the fan voice of DJ Pawn 3. Like in every fan video that was ever made with DJ Pawn 3 in it from My Little Pony. And their voice became so popular that Hasbro actually approached them and asked them, "Can you do it for a special that we're working on?" And he said, "Absolutely not, because that would mean that you own my voice now."
Nice.
And he said, "I can't do that to the fans because that would mean that, I could never do a fan video again without y'all's permission."
Yeah. That's a similar thing with Alejandro Saab and Shallot from Dragon Ball. Like, he's not allowed to voice Shallot in the Devil Artemis fan stuff. But he is allowed to voice Kermit the Frog.
Yep. But here's the thing. Here's the fun part, right?
Are you sure it's fun?
That's the reason why Vinyl Scratch / DJ Pon 3 never speaks in a word during the entirety of My Little Pony. Is because since they could not get Jesse Nowak, they decided there was no way they could get somebody as good that would meet the expectations of the fans. So they made them permanently mute, and that they speak through music. Yep, that's one of my favorite
Coffee
stories.
Pot based move.
That's one of my favorite stories involving My Little Pony and its voice actors. The other trans story I love is the one of Morgana Ingus, who voices Sally Mae in Hell of a Boss. But that's not one that I'll get into on the stream because it's kind of a personal story with them.
I right before I started the call to get ready for tonight's stream, I was watching a Sonic Heroes reunion panel hosted by Ryan Drummond, David Humphrey, and Scott Dreyer talking about, like, voice acting in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes. And David Humphrey is aware of the fans, like, I'm glad it's not just me that thought this, but apparently multiple fans have pointed out to him that a lot of times his shadow sounds British, and he doesn't know why it slips into that. And he never picked up on it until the fans started pointing it out to him at conventions.
So that's why we needed the Chaos Emerald.
Exactly. To reactivate the machine, we need the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Scott Dreyer can still do the Knuckles voice, by the way. Yeah, he said, like, it was Ryan Drummond that got him an audition because he looks,
Jesus!
Yo, Yop Alonzo, thank you for the raid. Sorry, it took me a little bit to comprehend how to read. Thank you for the raid. Hello, raiders. I'm subjecting my friend Nerd E. Furret to the first appearance of Rouge the Bat to see if he can behave himself. One of the few times she acts bat-like in the games.
Great idea.
I'm not okay for Rouge.
When you grabbed that huge emerald, you said
You know the odd thing is, I have no Rouge the Bat merchandise.
Now, if you could just let me borrow that radar,
You can't behave yourself next to
Amazon.
Rouge.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so it's not just me and Furret, and Coffee Pot, and basically the entire Sonic fandom.
Amazon!
I'm still not a furry, by the way.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Ari.
What helps me sleep at night is trazodone.
What helps me sleep at night is visions of Rouge the Bat. Hi-yo!
You can call me Rouge.
Along with Carlatch from Baldur's Gate, Arzette.
You can behave yourself, you choose not to. Based response.
Dude! The Rouge the Bat flop figures are finally up for pre-order on Amazon.
Nice.
Done.
But
send me that link when you get a chance.
Like I was saying about the panel, Scott Dreyer was recommended by Ryan Drummond because apparently he and Ryan Drummond at the time looked and sound exactly alike, even though they had never met each other. They were doing casting for Shadow for Sonic Adventure 2, and the original idea they wanted for Shadow was someone that sounds just like Ryan Drummond, but isn't Ryan Drummond. So Scott Dreyer auditioned for Shadow instead of Knuckles.
We only have 30 minutes to hold this.
And ended up getting cast as Knuckles because they decided they didn't want Shadow to sound just like Ryan Drummond. And he talked about how, since he sounds naturally just like Ryan Drummond, he had to train himself to not sound like he usually does to voice Knuckles. Like, that kind of deep tone that Knuckles has is he would intentionally schedule his recording sessions as early in the morning as possible, so he still has kind of that early morning graveliness to his voice from when he's still waking up. No, what's hilarious is because he sounded so much like Ryan Drummond, they had a running thing in his recording sessions where anytime he was recording Knuckles lines and he sounded too much like Ryan Drummond, the voice director would lean into the microphone, you know, on the studio side and just say Ryan. And that would cue him to start changing up his performance.
Sadly, all the Rouge the Bat plushies are super expensive, and I ain't paying that much.
I'm not surprised that
I
the
don't
Rouge the
like-
Bat plushies are super expensive. I imagine that for certain reasons they need to be bought multiple times because they get to a point where they're too crusty. That was foul. I apologize.
And I'm the one who's supposed to be behaving tonight.
Yes, because oh, by the way, look who's up there on top of the building.
I would, but you're not up to where we can see it.
Oh yeah, that's right. The bar is covering the
bar's
screen.
in the way.
It's basically in almost every stage you can find a little cameo appearance by Big the Cat.
Nice.
But the GameCube version would cut most of those out. There's only one that made it to the GameCube version. And it was an Easter egg during a specific cutscene in the Dark Story. But in the Dreamcast version, he appears in almost every level in a different spot in each level. Including during some of the boss fights. And they recently canonized those appearances in Shadow Generations, where he said that he was looking for Froggy and just went all over the world and up into space and onto the Space Colony Arc looking for Froggy.
Froggy.
Froggy. You know, a lot of it, as fun as it is to meme on the John St. John Big the Cat voice, I think that Kyle Hebert, the current voice of Big, has the best Big performance out of everyone in terms of, like, making him an actual character instead of just a walking meme.
Did you get the link?
Oh, yes, I did, Furret.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was going to
too.
say, like, I can't exactly check it right now.
No, I'll send you one later.
Kier says JKR stole not only my pants, but my skirts, too.
Yo, what?
Tight, imagine that, but on a funky night.
Kier,
I mean, it is a Friday, but we're not funkin' on Friday. We're not funkin' on Friday night. It is not a Friday night funkin' stream.
Ow.
As much as I am in Newgrounds' old head. Like, I have so many nostalgic memories associated with Newgrounds, mostly related to the fact that they didn't have any sort of, like, age restrictions at the time, and I was 13 when I discovered Newgrounds. I'm like, oh, they have an adults-only section, and they don't make you verify your age. And that's how I discovered hentai.
And that's a night. Oh.
So, like, usually I try to share interesting development stories about the games that I'm playing, if it's a game that I'm somewhat familiar with. But, like, Sonic Adventure 2, has so many conflicting sources about, like, what stuff was supposed to be in the game and what wasn't, that I'm not entirely sure what's true and what's just speculation from when it was going to come out. Like, one of them that was reported on a lot, but doesn't seem to have ever actually been planned at any point, was that the stories were supposed to have branching pathways. Sort of like what they would do in Shadow the Hedgehog. But I haven't heard anything from Takashi Iizuka, who's sort of like the word of God for the Adventure era development, about whether that was ever planned or not. By the way, this is probably the most fun stage to like rack up big combos on.
I discovered Entei because he's a Pokemon.
He didn't say Entei, he said Entei. Entei is spelled differently. Come on, get up there. I know it's hard to jump when you've got a walker weighing you down. By the way, he's apparently got some incredible upper arm strength if he can hold on to that with the walker still weighing him down.
It's Dr. Robotnik. No one questions anything.
Nope.
I'm Dr. Robotnik. I do what I want.
No!
Yes.
Timing! God, JKR, that was perfect.
Thank you, thank you.
You were searching up pictures of Tifa, Aerith, and Yuffie to draw when you were 9. Honestly, respect, man. Respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yuffie was one of my original crushes back in the day when I was in junior high and high school.
I didn't play Final Fantasy VII until very recently, and even back then I still had a crush on Tifa.
Yuffie was one of my waifus back before I knew what a waifu was.
Yeah.
Same with Rouge the Bat, actually.
Time for the beginning of what would become a running gag for this era.
I thought I'd never see you again. I'm so glad you made it.
Ma'am, could you not?
The running gag of Amy mistaking any hedgehog for Sonic.
Meanwhile, Rouge is in the background like, the fuck did I just witness?
Hey, thanks for the follow, Yap Alonso. I still need to... The hate raid trend has...
Don't jump, it's not worth it!
The hate raid trend has stopped, so I could probably update the bot to put the Discord link again. But for the time being, in the meantime, you can post a link to the Discord and chat if Yop feels like joining.
Roger, roger.
Are we about to murder a child?
No, we're about to get into a stalemate with a child. Because that's how each of these boss fights play out, except for one specific one.
Oh my god, if I didn't know any better, I swear to god it sounds like he just said, damn it, Eggman, you fucking... Oh my god.
Okay, time for one of the 2 worst stages in the game.
Tell me when. There's been an unexpected delay on my end. There's no more time to waste. Set the time.
But it's also got, like, one of the best themes of any Rouge stage.
Here I go.
It's like some slinky, sexy spy jazz. Okay, that was lucky. One right at the start.
Yeah. It's all luck-based.
Well, the emerald locations outside of the hard mode challenge are randomly placed. This stage is actually easier on hard mode because the emeralds always spawn in the same spot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you find those emeralds.
Remember, she said, all the world's jewels are mine to keep.
One of my favorite bits in the comic that we're dubbing is Rouge the Bat saying something about, of course I have to save the world, otherwise I would lose my preciouses. And then there's like a scene later on where she's like literally bathing in the Chaos Emeralds. Just like laughing maniacally.
Yeah, that's Rouge. That is how Rouge should be characterized. Like, she loves gems, but especially the Chaos Emeralds. She doesn't want them for power, she wants them because they're especially rare gems.
Come on, Ari. You got 4 minutes to win it.
Also, Rouge's dialogue from this game has been ruined for me by a Salty DK Dan video where they were playing Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers as Rouge, and he and his friends were like just saying random Rouge quotes as like a shitposty thing. Like, all the world's gems are mine to keep. All the world is mine to keep. The world.
Have a good night, Kier. Feel better.
Have a good night, Kier. You like this stage, funnily enough? I mean, it's not, like, when I say worst stage in the game, that's a pretty high bar, because, Sonic Adventure 2 has pretty good stages all around. Like, even the bad stages are nowhere near as bad as some of the worst stages in other 3D Sonic games.
You're a tinkin'.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right here, staring at nothing.
In the air. Ooh, I see. There it is. I got real lucky with this layout.
Money.
Didn't need to go into any of the vaults. I got real lucky.
Nice.
Especially because the Dreamcast placements are fucked. Like, they changed the Emerald spawn locations between each release of Sonic Adventure 2, and the Dreamcast ones are the most what-the-fuck worthy, especially because Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't, like the Dreamcast version, doesn't have that additional indicator when you're right on top of an emerald where it shows the exclamation point above her head. That wasn't added until the GameCube version.
Preparing to attack.
Copy that.
Flying Dog, I mean, it's not inaccurate. Dogs can fly. Just once, though.
To be fair, everyone can fly.
Everyone can fly, just depending on how high you're flying from, it may only be one time. It's like the famous Spider-Man quote. Everybody gets one.
Except for in this case, it's one you don't want.
This flying dog can't be destroyed.
Not
Apparently you can, sir.
pretty strong, all right.
Why do her
He just
ears
couldn't-
jiggle more than her boobs do?
See, and here I was about to make a joke where he died because he couldn't stand the massive booba, but
Believe that I'm trapped inside this locked safe with a Chaos Emerald. I guess I won't be able to call myself a treasure hunter anymore.
I'm back.
Aww,
Welcome back.
Rouge, no!
Sorry about this, guys. I'm just I'm in the middle of some government business.
Is Rouge...
Shadow's going to
Alright,
rescue
good.
her.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Like, there's some context for Shadow's role in this story that's lost in the English translation. But it's stated in the original Japanese script and in supplementary material that in this game, his memories had been tampered with by Professor Gerald. So he's got this warped memory of what his promise to Maria was going to be. And that flash of, like, Maria right there was his true memories shining through a bit of, like, remembering, oh, I'm supposed to help people, not destroy the world.
Right.
Like, if you just play the English translation of the game, which, you know, is not a bad way to play the game, you just miss out on some story nuances. You'd miss out on the fact that Shadow's effectively been brainwashed for this whole duration of the game.
Incidentally, I have pre-ordered a Rouge the Bat pop figure, and I went ahead and bought the Thorn Rouge, or whatever the fuck she's called.
Oh yeah, Thorn. Not the Thorn,
the
the
pirate
Thorn
one.
World, whatever it was called from Sonic Prime.
Yeah, the Pirate World.
The Pirate World. I thought you meant the Jungle World.
No, Black Rouge. What the fuck is she called? Black Rouge?
I can't
I don't know.
remember.
Hold on.
I only watched the first season of Sonic Prime. I've heard it got progressed.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, yeah. I only watched the first season of Sonic Prime, and I heard it got progressively worse as it went on.
Well, the problem is that season 2, I think, is the final season, if not season 3.
There's 3 seasons.
But season 1 and 3 season 2 and 3 were originally meant to be one season.
The whole show was meant to be one season. Netflix just staggered out its release across 3 seasons.
Yeah. And they were rushed at the end. So the ending is very rushed.
Well, it's also like people didn't like how kind of kiddie Sonic Prime was for like compared to more recent material that was okay with being a bit more mature. Like people compared it a lot to like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse derisively in terms of like how like childish the writing was.
At times, I suppose.
Especially with how they wrote Sonic.
It was also widely.
There was Big
panned
right
and
there in a
praised.
split-second cameo, laying on one of the tree
Nice.
branches.
Nice. I was gonna say, it was also panned, but also oddly praised for the fact that for at least 2 episodes, it got Jacksepticeye and Valkyrie involved.
Yep. Which was the second time that he's done an official collab with Sonic the Hedgehog. The first time was for a St. Patrick's Day video that the Sonic social media team uploaded, where it was like one of the Sonic Adventure 2 style story recaps, but it was him voicing Irish the Hedgehog.
Oh, God.
And it had like an Irish jig remix of City Escape.
Hey, that's that blue hedgehog again.
The Faker scene. I found you, Faker! Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my fake. I'll make you eat those words!
You can't get away this time. There's only one real Sonic.
Whoa, that was a quick death.
Okay.
Good thing this game, like, showers you with lives. All the adventure games do. By the way, this is probably the easiest, one of the easier stages to see the big cameo in. He's right down there, drowning.
No, Big, don't drown. It's not worth it.
Funnily enough, Big the Cat is one of the only characters that canonically can swim.
That hurt. No time for hang out with the likes of you.
Sonic can't swim, but Big can. Also, the most recent Twitter takeover confirmed that Shadow can swim.
Right now, before the island blows up with you on it.
You have 1 minute and 23 seconds before this island blows the fuck up like Krakatoa blowing up a fucking volcano. It's about to be Mount Fiji in here.
You better save my bat. And then he failed. The end.
Okay, I get blowing up the island, but did he have to blow up the aircraft carrier too?
Yes. It's called effect. If you're going to be a villain, you better be a villain correctly. Blow up everything. Piss everyone off.
The professor said his
Speaking of pissing, guess what scene's about to come up?
of those who live down there was told that the reason for his existence was making people happy through the power of science.
Shadow.
Maria, I just don't know anything anymore. I often wonder why
I have to agree with something that Coffee Pot said on a recent Sonic Heroes stream. It's weird to go back to when David Humphrey voiced Shadow and he just sounds like a guy instead of, like, a comical edgelord.
Maria.
Not that that's a bad performance, it's just interesting to see where the voice started compared to where it ended up.
That was so unexpected. So unlike you, Shadow, to come and rescue me. But your ability to use the chaos control certainly comes in handy.
You know, I didn't come to save you. I came back for the Chaos Emeralds.
I didn't save you because I like you or anything, Baka.
Are you sure? We only have 6 of the 7.
Now shut the fuck up and kiss.
That's more than enough for the demonstration.
I'm not part of the Sonic shipping discourse, but I ship Rouge and Shadow more than anything else. But not as romantic partners, more as like people that casually hook up.
I'm weird. You're not
Okay,
gonna
it's time
like
for
my
Eggman
shipping.
to piss on the moon.
Okay.
It's Dr. Eggman, the world's greatest scientist, and soon to be the world's greatest ruler. Now witness the beginning of the greatest empire of all time.
I'm having to restrain myself from quoting the Snapcube dub. Here's what my dong looks like.
Okay, but seriously though, my shipping is weird, and you're probably gonna think I'm weird. But
We already think you're weird, Furret.
But there's a series of comics where Shadow and Amy got together.
Yes, I love those comics. And I've actually
Yes.
also kind of shipped them ever since the final story of Sonic Adventure 2, which you'll see how it plays out. But Amy is like a very big character in Shadow's development that people tend to forget about.
Where they have Maria.
You have to go to Sneep and work on V3. Have a good Sneep.
Have a good one. But yeah, the comic series where they have the daughter Maria Rose together.
Well, that was really
Yeah.
impressive.
I love those comics.
Complete happiness.
Yeah, those are super adorbs.
Does this now mean we control the planet and can do as we choose?
At this rate, the cannon will take too much time to charge up. If you want to unleash its full potential, you'll need all 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Where in the world have you been?
Something happened?
Our threats fell on deaf ears.
Look at you, throwing it.
We blew up half the moon and people were like, no, we're still not surrendering to you.
The bargain back.
Right?
Chaos Emerald.
Never mind the fact we just fucked up the tides. Weather's gonna be absolutely bumfuggered for days.
By the way, I like that they have an
even.
actual complete, like, news report texture for that page. Like, if you rip the texture from the game, you can read the entire news report on that piece of paper. And it's a callback to Sonic Adventure 1 in Tails' story where he saves Station Square from Dr. Eggman.
That's impressive.
Wait, did I just miss pissing on the moon? Yes, yes you did.
This makes things a whole lot easier. Hurry, go back to Earth and find them fast.
Fuck you, I don't know you that well, Coffee Pot. You gotta buy me dinner first. I'm not cheap.
You might be right.
I may be desperate, but I'm not cheap.
This is Rouge reporting. We have not been able to confirm if Shadow is the ultimate.
It turns out Rouge has been the FBI agent spying on all of us all along.
And have a follow-up report shortly. Just a reminder, don't forget about my jewels.
She doesn't want payment in actual money, she just wants payment in jewels. And it kind of makes sense when you think about the fact that bats are naturally drawn towards anything shiny.
I'm picking up a single Fox boy, wait.
Also, this is canonically what Rouge's car looks like, and my controller turned off.
Uh-oh.
There we go. This is canonically what Rouge's car looks like. She has her own Batmobile.
That is adorably cute, and I hate you for the pun.
This also means that canonically Rouge has a driver's license.
It also makes you wonder if she's actually a bat or a human that was experimented on and turned into like a bat-human hybrid.
You know, we actually do know at least one business that she runs apart from her government work. Now that with the everything is canon stuff, and especially Shadow Generations welding the story of the Gizoid into Shadow's backstory, it means that Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance is now canon, which means canonically Rouge runs a nightclub when she's not doing government work or saving the world.
Go on!
And she also lets Shadow crash with her every now and then because Shadow is homeless, just like Sonic.
Aww. Shadow or Sonic's not homeless. He lives wherever he runs to.
Yes, canonically that is what he does. He just runs around the world searching for adventure and finds a place to crash every now and then.
So basically, he is the ultimate couch surfer.
He's the best way I've heard it summarized, even before that became canon, was from Some Call Me Johnny, where he's the world's fastest hobo. Also, we are just demolishing cars on this road.
I just fucking noticed that the engines in the back of her car are shaped like her ears. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a Batmobile. It's a whole car shaped like her head. Also, the names of these levels, I can't remember the name of Rouge's level. One of them I know is like Route 101. That's either Tails or Rouge's driving level. They're named after actual streets that were near the Sonic Team USA offices.
Nice.
Also, if you see the billboards with Chow on them, if you rip the texture from it or just find a way to maneuver the camera so you can read them, they have a typo on them.
Uh-oh.
They're supposed to say drive safely, but they say drive safety.
None of which you're doing.
I mean, one of the challenges is to drive safely, where if you collide with any of the walls or cars, it's an instant restart. As in, that's a required challenge for 100% completion to get all the emblems.
Nice.
Wasn't this one of the few Sonic games developed in the US? Yeah, and this is the only one of the 3D games developed in the US. For mainline, at least. A few of the 2D games were developed in the US, mainly spin-offs, but also Sonic the Hedgehog 2 famously was developed in the US. And now we unlock the kart racing minigame.
Hooray! Chase the tornado.
The tornado being Tails' plane. Technically, it's Sonic's plane, but Tails pilots it. So Sonic has no home, but he also owns a plane that he doesn't know how to fly.
Is anyone surprised? Anyone? Bueller? Pumpkins. Ghosts.
Yeah, this is the same part of the world that Knuckles' Pumpkin Hill stage is in. That's one of the cool things about Sonic Adventure 2's stage layout, or not stage layout, just like stages in general, is they're all shared locations across one world map. So, like, you can see the pumpkin imagery from Pumpkin Hill here, and then, like, the city stages for Sonic and Shadow are both the same city. Just Sonic stages in the day, and Shadow stages at night. Sonic actually does know how to fly it. He does it a few times in the GBA games and Knuckles' story in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's just he usually has the 8-year-old fly it instead because he's too lazy. That's my headcanon.
The 8-year-old with a conspicuous driver's license.
No, you don't need a license to drive. You don't need to have a driver's license to fly a plane that can transform into a mech. Where in the law books does it say that? It's like the whole SpongeBob thing of you don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
That was one of the weirdest and yet most beautiful lines spoken in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that's all done. Good.
Funny enough,
Sorry, I was busy trying to renew my old passport, get that ready to go.
Are you going to Mexico because you just love Latinas?
I mean, here's the thing. I do like Latinas. This much is true, but I'm not planning on going to Mexico anytime soon.
I just love
Are you going
Latinas, Sonic.
crazy?
Adios, amigo.
Crazy? I was crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A room with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy.
Rats.
Crazy. What?
We're rats. We're the rats.
I forgot what I was
Or
saying.
you had
Oh.
Also, Tails is the wrong color in both this scene and in the level we just did with Rouge. He's a darker shade of orange than he's supposed to be. That's my autism making me notice these things.
Autism.
Oh, damn it, I missed the Easter egg where if you hold the A button right as that's loading, Big the Cat drops out from under the ceiling and just, like, scratches himself before it continues over with the cutscene. That's the only one of the big cameos that carried over into the GameCube version.
I certainly hope you don't get DMCA'd for this, Ari.
No, I won't. No, you don't get DMCA'd for Sonic music.
Okay, good. Knew the danger lies within. Aboard the Ark, a genius at heart. I wanted to unlock the mysteries of life. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. That's the master plan. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman.
Canonically, like, this is a boss fight in the hero story, but this is how it plays out canonically. Teria! Sorry, mustard! He just jumps up, shouts Teria, kicks the restraining bolt, and now Eggman has to fight it. That is canonically how it played out. Ignore that you had to platform on its back in the hero story. The fact that it has a restraining bolt and that once it's free of the restraining bolt, it attacks Eggman implies that this is not something he built. It's something he found. Egg Golem, the Golem. Yes, that is in the name. It's like it's like that line from Rat Movie where it's like, this reminds me of my favorite movie, The Movie. By the way, if you play the PC version of Sonic Adventure 2, just like I talked about in the Doom stream the other day, the red crosses are removed from the health pickups in Tails and Eggman stages due to the red cross being a lot more litigious about usages of red cross symbols in media nowadays. Even if it's just meant to be a first aid kit thing, they will be like, hey, you can't do that because that's our trademark.
Oh, jeez.
Kier says, just FYI, I put some info in our DM for Nerdy Furret. Kier put something in our chat for you.
Oh, I think, Furret, I'm going to tell you right now, you've already seen it. I know you have.
Okay, I'll look here in a minute.
Yeah.
So, did Eggman build a space shuttle, or did he steal it?
Answer is yes.
Shuttle liftoff.
He definitely built it. He stole the parts and built it. There we go.
Hi, Doctor.
Precisely.
What? What do you mean they escaped? That's okay. I will go after them myself.
Hey, Chuck. Haven't talked to you in a bit. Also, seeing you just reminded me that I still need to get that missing line for episode 12. I will get on that after stream.
The password is Maria.
Maria.
Professor Gerald's not very good at coming up with passwords. He's the kind of guy that uses one password for all of his social media accounts. And for his email.
This is it. Research Project Shadow.
Also, they changed one of the textures here in all future versions, so it no longer makes sense. It's the one that's coming up right now.
What is Shadow anyway?
This one. Energy reading from the Master Emerald. In future versions, they changed that from energy reading to the Master Emerald to a screenshot of Sonic and friends on the space colony. So they reframe it from, oh, I can get the rest of the Master Emerald shards to, oh, we got intruders. I'm going after the Master Emerald shards instead.
That makes some sense for Rouge. Priorities, you know?
Sorry,
Exactly.
you can't call me a nearg. That is our word.
I was gonna say, I love your...
The gimmick with this stage is that all of the hints are either the opposite of what you need to do, or they're written backwards.
Green in a bowl.
And also there's like planetoids here that have their own gravitational pull. It's basically Super Mario Odyssey a decade before Super Mario Odyssey would come out. The place you can't dig, so it's a place where I am able to dig.
Okay then, good to know.
Also, before I can really do anything, I have to get an upgrade here.
I see what Kier posted, and it is something I'm actually very super excited about. Christopher Columbus, the director of Gremlins 2, Goonies, and the first 2 Harry Potter movies, has actually announced that Gremlins is officially back.
Good.
We will be getting Gremlins 3 sometime in the next couple of years.
I thought it was Joe Dante that directed Gremlins. Chris Columbus was Home Alone.
I don't know. The announcement says Christopher Columbus.
Then it must be fake.
For Gremlins 2, and the Goonies.
I don't know. I know Joe Dante is connected to the Gremlins franchise, and also he directed Small Soldiers.
Luckily, there was a thing on the internet that has been invented to check just this very thing.
It's fake.
You're fake.
Oh, you're fake.
Writer.
Ladies, you're both fake.
So, Christopher Columbus wrote Gremlins.
Okay, he wrote it, but he didn't direct it.
Right. Well, the post doesn't say he's the director of Gremlins. It just says
you did.
Christopher Columbus Gremlins. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you're fake.
I mean, we knew that.
Ladies, you're both fake.
I'll have you know, I'm a real ass bomb. Thank you very much.
I thought you were about to say a real ass lady, and I was about to have a lot of questions for you, good sir.
I was about to say congratulations on coming to terms with your gender identity.
Guys, you know I came to terms with me being cis male a long time ago. I am fine with being guy. I support those who are.
Coffee Pot says, okay, then blow up.
Those who are guys?
Support those who are...
Just
We
the way
understand.
you phrase that.
Yes, I understand that the way I phrased it didn't make sense. I realized it after I said it, but I hoped no one would fucking notice.
Well, you keep in mind who's in this call. Of course, we're going to notice and harangue you about it.
You deserve.
And yes,
to be
I had to
harangued.
say harangue because it's a fun word to say.
Okay, but you see, coffee pot, I would blow up, but my fuse is too long.
I just saw a commercial for an anime game called Fuchsia and totally thought it said fuck ya.
It's gotta be close.
It's gotta be close, yeah.
What'd that have to do with a bowl? That was an artificial chaos, not a bowl. Did it mean blue?
Eh.
It's your game. I'm just watching the bat. I mean, the screen.
The screen with the bat on it. Not just the bat. Just coincidentally the area of the screen that the bat is in.
Right, exactly.
It's not leering, it is focusing on the main character of this stage.
I just happen to be focused on her assets.
Or usually
You're right, that is a Pokemon move.
God damn it.
A bunch of black containers at the base.
I hate that I'm not the one who thought of it.
Okay, but black containers at the base, that depends on what you're defining as the base. That varies from person to person.
Is it all of it, though?
This thing has no base.
Is it all of it, though?
Looks
I'm
like
asking, is it all of the base?
No, because
your
the
base
song's
are
not
below
called
glass.
All of the Base, it's called All About That Base. Also, Megan Trainor's a hack fraud.
First of all, I was thinking all our base are belong to us.
Yes, I know, I was making it worse. I know all your base. Like I said, I'm a Newgrounds old head. Of course I know all your base. I get PTSD whenever the word black comes up in Sonic, thanks to Shadow the Hedgehog. Those black creatures, Sonic, you can't say that. That's racist.
Black creatures! Amy, Jesus Christ, you're 12.
Not anymore, she isn't.
Okay, canonically, she's like, what, 18 now?
No, canonically, the characters don't have ages anymore.
So, yes.
Canonically, the characters don't have, like, confirmed ages anymore. They're just, like, age ranges of, like, Tails is a kid, Cream is a kid, Sonic is, like, an older teenager, Shadow is immortal, but at least 50 years old.
The funny part is, we all know they know exactly why they did that shit.
Yes, we do. Well, I can think of twofold reasons. One due to the fandom, and one due to shitty writing in Sonic Forces.
That too, but...
The one, the fandom, is definitely because of the fandom, in general.
Exactly.
And the one that I blame on Sonic Forces is a specific piece of dialogue that Infinite says to Eggman that makes no sense given the canon ages of the characters, where he says, "You've been fighting Sonic for decades." Even though Sonic at the time was always canonically 15 years old. No matter what game it was.
Like, honestly, it sounds like that would have been like a fourth wall joke. But
the game wasn't going for fourth wall jokes at that time. It was trying to be more serious and failing horribly at it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like it could have easily worked if they had just used that. As
The closest thing they have to a fourth wall joke is when Sonic sees classic Sonic. He says, "It's been generations since I've seen you."
Har, har, har.
Got it.
That's a dangerous spot to put one of the emeralds. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Who designed this place?
Time to call myself a hunter.
Oh, wait.
Like I said, this is a lot of people's least favorite Rouge stage for a reason.
What cracks me up is the fact is that, what do you want to bet that the emerald itself was generating its own gravitational field and all those fucking,
Well, we are in
meteorites
space.
were just
Also,
kinda-
time to fight Knuckles.
Long time no see.
Time to fight Knuckles.
By the way, you want to play a drinking game with the adventure era of 3D Sonic games? Take a drink every time someone in a 3D Sonic game says "long time no see." It's a line that pops up a lot for some reason. It's not like a running gag, it's just a go-to line for the localizers.
long time no see.
Long time no see, Sonic, my loathsome copy.
Long time no see.
No choice but to fight now.
Like, everyone says long time no see in the adventure era of Sonic games for some reason. It even shows up in Sonic 06.
Protect Master
Now
Emerald.
give me back those jewels.
Nope.
I do think it's
No,
a
you
meta
don't.
joke about how long Sonic in real life has been beating Eggman, but in the context of the universe, it makes no sense. It makes no sense also given the tone that the game is going for. If it was, like, in line with how the other games of that era were written, where they were, like, meta and self-referential, then yeah. But Sonic Forces was trying to be serious and dramatic.
My emeralds.
What are you babbling about? Call yourself a hunter?
We had a moment where she was heaving her chest up and down quite heavily, and
Yes, she
Yes,
was breasting
I saw.
boobily.
oh no!
By the
she
way-
could fly.
Actually, no, bats are not able to fly when their bellies are facing upwards.
Oh,
So that makes sense given her physiology.
okay. Hello. Nice ass.
Okay.
Is that
Oh.
how you say thanks to someone who just saved your life?
Saving my life.
She's a total tsundere here. I love it.
Wanted to hold my hand, didn't you? That's why you saved me. You're such a creep.
This isn't a joke here. Think what you want, Batgirl. I was saving the Master Emerald.
He says Batgirl like he means it as a slur.
It sounds crazy.
Knuckles, you can't say that. That's my word.
They stink like echidnas do.
If that's what you thought, you should have given me them in the first place.
Like, she's so tsundere here. I love it.
Finally.
What?
I'm sorry if I hurt you.
We should get going.
Joke's on him. I drugged it.
Animated James, a YouTuber from 2009 to 2016, made fun of the long time no see thing in his videos all the time. I didn't notice it until Some Call Me Johnny pointed it out. Okay,
The cat was
Darkseid doesn't
standing with
get
him
the
in that
context
picture, by the
for doesn't get the context for this, but this is where the fake emerald that's in Shadow Generations comes from. Tails built a fake Chaos Emerald to, like, reverse the charge of the Eclipse cannon and make it blow up.
By the
But
way, when I look
Eggman
into-
noticed that there were 2 Chaos Emerald signals coming from the Space Colony Arc, so he's like, oh, they built a fake emerald. I'm on to them.
By the way, when he was looking at the screen and saw Sonic and his friends, Big the Cat was standing there with them.
Yep. Like I said, Big the Cat's all over the place in the Dreamcast version. He's also a multiplayer character in the Dreamcast version only.
Nice.
He was replaced by Dark Chow Walker in all future versions.
If Big the Cat is not voiced by either Vin Diesel or Dwayne Johnson, they have severely failed us.
Okay, but what if he's voiced by Dave Bautista?
You're gonna have to remind me who Dave Bautista is.
Drax the Destroyer.
Drax the Destroyer.
Okay, yeah, no, I can actually see that.
I could actually see that more than Vin Diesel.
Kitty!
Yep, these are for the Chow Raising side game.
Kitty!
Yep, it is a cheetah kitten.
Kitty!
Watch it doesn't rip your face off, Furret.
It's a running thing in my streams.
It's a
anytime there's
it's a
cat, you
cheetah,
have to
not
stop
a
and
it's a
look at it.
cheetah, not a chimpanzee. It's not going to rip your face off.
No, it'll just eat you.
It's not going to rip your face off. It's going to claw your chest open and feast on your internal organs.
Oh, isn't it you?
Chimpanzees are the ones that are going to rip your face off if you try to raise them domestically. There's a history of them doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Although in the most famous case of it that led to the world's first full face transplant, that was because the woman raising it had gotten it addicted to wine and was raising it as if it were a child rather than an animal.
Ah, boy.
Anyway, what I was saying was it's a thing on my stream. Anytime a cat appears on the stream.
Yeah, sure, whatever, Furret.
Okay.
No, let him speak.
Relax.
Let him speak.
Relax, Furret.
This is not a bully Furret stream. He's supposed to be a good boy.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
I've been being at least a somewhat good boy.
No, you haven't exactly you haven't been a good boy, Furret. You've been a good Furret, but not a good boy.
He's a boy Furret.
I do
Furrets
have male.
Furrets can be boys.
And that's true.
They're not a
Yeah, we're not
genderless
like those-
Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not like those like Mew or anything.
Yeah, well then tell that to half the cast of Pokemon when they keep referring to almost every fucking Pokemon as it.
Yeah,
That's
because
before-
that's because they usually don't specify the genders of the specific Pokemon in the anime. It's in the games that they have genders that are specified.
Do you want something that's gonna hurt your head?
Not really, but okay.
So, originally, it was planned that Ash's Pikachu was going to be a girl.
I remember hearing about that, yeah.
It was also
It was
originally
planned
planned that instead of Pikachu being the mascot of the franchise, it was going to be Clefairy.
Yep. But yeah, originally Ash's Pikachu was going to be a girl, and it was going to be
Revealed later on in the series. But when they came out with the whole gender differences thing and have the female Pikachus have the heart tail, they were pretty much written into a corner and couldn't make that reveal that Ash's Pikachu was a girl.
Yeah.
One that broke my brain when I first discovered it in my younger years was that Bon Bon of the Bon family from Mega Man Legends shares a voice actress with Pikachu.
Oh yeah, because in the Japanese version she's voiced by Iko Otani.
Yeah, and in the English dub, they just kept Ikue Otani's voice for Bon Bon. Except for in Misadventures of Tron Bon, and I don't know why. But in the other two Legends games, they just kept Ikue Otani. And just like with Pikachu, her dialogue consists of one word, where she says, I say she, referring to Ikue Otani, Bon Bon is canonically a boy. But all that Bon Bon ever says is, Baboo!
She's also the official voice of Tony Chopper in the Japanese dubs
Yep.
of One Piece. And Tony Chopper is actually her favorite role she's ever voiced because she actually gets a lot more dialogue than just one word.
If I ever got to meet her, I would ask her to sign my copy of Mega Man Legends. because Bon Bon is adorable, and I'm sure she's tired of being asked to sign Pikachu stuff.
I'm sure she's also very expensive.
Well, it depends on what con you're going to. The cons that I usually go to don't charge for autographs.
That's fair.
The stuff that they charge for is extras, like photo ops, video shoutouts, that kind of stuff. Or, like, they'll sell prints if you don't have... Yeah.
Spuckman, no, we're not talking about,
We're not talking about Brina Palencia. We're talking about
the English Tony Chopper. We're talking about the Japanese Tony Chopper.
Yeah.
The Japanese Tony Chopper is Iku Otani. She's also the voice of Pikachu, like in everything Pokemon.
Except for one early English commercial for Pokemon where they just got someone to do a bad Pikachu impression.
Right.
Specifically, it's the commercial where, like...
Some very odd, rare cases where Rachel Lillis did it for, like, as a stand-in the English dub.
Like, I don't know why they would need a stand-in when they already have the audio. But it was
no
for
one
kids.
Fucking knows.
It was for kids. No one knows why they did what they did.
Yeah. It was, again, very, very, very rare.
It's like how, technically, for some lines in this game, Ryan Drummond does the voice of Shadow for very brief instances instead of David Humphrey. Mostly in the final battle with the Bio Lizard, when they both go super, there's some, like, mid-battle chatter that, for whatever reason, they couldn't get David Humphrey back in to voice him, so they just got Ryan Drummond to do an impression of Shadow. Also, from the same YouTube channel that had that Sonic Heroes reunion panel that I was watching, they had a panel, like a Q&A panel hosted by Jason Griffith. And funnily enough, he talked about where his inspiration for his Shadow voice came from, and it was not him trying to do an impression of David Humphrey like everyone thought. Jason Griffith being the voice of Shadow in the 4Kids era of Sonic, starting with Sonic X.
Right.
He based his Shadow voice off of his roommate, who was a total edgelord.
Nice. Sonic X is on my list of things I need to go back and rewatch, because it has been a long time.
It's on, like, every streaming service for free. And you can watch on YouTube for free on the official TMS animation channel.
Sadly, we will never get the Japanese dub, the full Japanese dub in America.
Actually, yes, we have.
We do?
Yeah, Discotech released both the English version and the Japanese version subtitled on separate Blu-ray releases.
The Japanese version, in which Dr. Eggman is a fucking pervert towards Rouge.
Yeah, the one where one of his last lines in the series is telling Rouge that she has big boobs. I say last lines in the series because one of the interesting little tidbits about the development of Sonic X is that Japan did not get the third season. It was produced exclusively for the West, because Sonic X was bigger over here in the West than it was in Japan.
Yup.
Which, you know, isn't surprising, because Sonic's always been bigger in the West than it's been in Japan. Sega in general has been bigger in the West than it's been in Japan. Like, the only Sega console that performed well in Japan, like, notably well, is the Saturn of all things. You know, the one that failed everywhere else.
That tracks.
And it's because it had some of the best arcade ports of Sega games. And arcades were and still remain super popular in Japan. It also had some damn good arcade ports of some Capcom fighting games that were better than the PlayStation ports. So it was like in real high demand in Japan because it was like having an arcade at home.
Now you know why I am the best.
Meanwhile, in America, we didn't even get some of the best games because the guy who was in charge of Sega of America at the time had like final say over what games got localized and what didn't, and he had a bias against basically everything except for sports and action games.
Well, young lady, is there something I can help you with?
The one time Eggman brandishes a fucking gun at somebody.
And it's towards Amy.
Yep. I'm going to cap this 12-year-old. I'm going to cap this 12-year-old if you don't hand over the emerald. I'll blow her fucking brains out, Sonic. Don't push me.
Business first, shall we, Sonic? Hand over the Chaos Emerald slowly, and then we'll talk about your girlfriend. That is, if you really care for her.
Handing over the fake.
Shoot the bitch. See if I care.
Kill two birds with one stone.
This is one of the smartest moments of Dr. Eggman, this whole cutscene. Because Sonic's like, oh, I'll just hand over the fake emerald instead of having to slam it into the Eclipse cannon myself.
Turned into a big-time villain, Doctor.
And then Eggman's like, just place it right there in the center. Boop.
You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me.
You just told me, fox boy.
I'm counting on you, Tails. Amy.
Okay, real talk though, this is one of the best plans that Eggman had, and the only reason it failed is because Sonic bullshitted the ability to use Chaos Control, which even he doesn't know how he managed to do with a fake emerald and no training.
Farewell, Sonic, my admirable adversary.
Like, even canonically, Sonic has no idea how he pulled that off. He just winged it and it worked.
Sonic! Sonic is asking for the first time to do something for him. I won't let him down. I won't give
Sonic has asked you for the first time to do something for him. Never mind all the fucking times before this he's asked you to do things for him. No, this is the first time.
This is a boss fight that can end in seconds or go on forever, depending on what the AI decides to do. Also, in these second phase boss fights, or in the Knuckles and Rouge boss fight, which, you know, there's only one of, they get their multiplayer exclusive super attacks. Like that. He can just wombo combo you with that if he pulls it off in the right space.
I'll never forgive you for this. Get ready to lock on when Tails comes close, or when
You can hear that Omo Chow's voiced by Rouge, can't you?
Oh, very much so.
Like, I love Lani Minella as a voice actress, but I can always tell that's her when she does something.
I like how Amy just got the fuck out of there.
Yep. Eggman's going to piss on the moon, well, Tails is going to piss on Eggman. Wait, no, not like that. He's 8. Keep your minds out of the gutter, you degenerates.
Shit.
You wanna know, like, an example of a poor translation that ended up becoming something, like, kind of funny for Eggman? If you look at the English manual for Sonic Heroes, It has like character profiles for everyone, and it has a character profile for Eggman, and one of the things it says about him is that he's a self-proclaimed feminist.
Hedgehog after all.
What it's supposed to say instead of feminist is womanizer.
I don't think so. So that was your plan from the very beginning, huh? Or was it a direct order from the president? Now I know who you are. You're that government spy, Rouge the Bat, aren't you?
That's a bit of clunky translation right there, where he's not supposed to know that she's like some sort of famous government spy because he's been in cryosleep for 50 years.
Yeah.
Basically, if you notice a lot of plot holes in the script, they're not there in the Japanese version.
Look who's talking. What about you? Here are the results of the
Okay, which Eggman voice do you want that in?
But if this picture is of the real ultimate
Also, in future versions of this, during this scene, it starts playing Shadow's theme instead of Rouge's.
what is standing in front of me.
But yeah, before I do that Eggman redeem, Chuck, which Eggman voice did you want for that? Mike Pollock. Okay,
Mike
interesting choice. And I don't get to do a Mike Pollock very much. Let's see. Get into kind of the higher range, and you get more of a Mike Pollock. A pleasure to meet you at last. There we go, into that kind of range. That fox is finished. Ho 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 ho!
Even if my memories are not
Bravo.
Nice.
It's also the Mike Pollock Eggman that introduced the ho 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 laugh for Eggman, whereas with Dean Bristow right here, it is more of a
Surprisingly enough, though, I have heard in oh god, which like one of the Eggman theme songs, and I think it was a Japanese version. But I don't remember for which game it was. It was either
Sonic CD, probably, because it has the laugh sample in it taken from something else.
Yeah, it was like
yeah, that is all of the music in Sonic CD is made using like samples from like some like stock sound CDs. So that laugh, like in the context of where it plays, it's supposed to be Eggman's laugh, but it's not like canonically the voice that Eggman has.
Right.
It's just like the sample that they use is supposed to be Eggman's laugh as he's entering the battle.
Yeah.
Just like one of the few non-sampled bits is in the final zone of Sonic CD, and it has like, if you listen to it, it has like a spoken word going on that's supposed to be Eggman taunting Sonic. You sounded more like the Bad Cube version. You mean I'm not familiar with Bad Cube. Do you mean Snap Cube?
He probably means Snap Cube.
Okay, if you mean Snap Cube, that's like getting more into this kind of like, you know, I am the angriest man who ever lived. And then, like, in the more calm tones, it's like, I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. I've come to make an announcement. It's like getting more into the nasally range for the Alfred Coleman one. For Snap Cube. It's like, I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker. Like, he plays him up as more nerdy. And extremely angry. Look around you. Imagine dragons.
I've come to make an announcement. This territory is now the base for my upcoming Eggman Land 2.
Like, I am really out of practice with my Mike Pollock Eggman, because my Mike Pollock, to me, often slips into a Ed Neal Eggman instead of Mike Pollock, where it's like a fine line between like, a pleasure to meet you at last, Princess of Soliana, and thank you, Sonic, I will.
You hate which line, Chuck? The one I said or the one Ari said?
Yes.
The answer is, of course.
Of course!
Of course! Don't you know anything about science? Ari.
Oh,
okay. Do you hate the Princess of Soliana line, or do you hate the, or do you hate,
it must have been the announcement one, because...
Oh, given that there's, a lot of delay between Twitch and chat, it's kind of hard for me to pick up on, like, what specific things people are
the reason
referencing
I say
sometimes. The Imagine Dragons line? Oh, yeah, that was from the Sonic 06 Snapcube dub. Sonic 06 Eggman has some underrated lines in the Snapcube dub. Like, one of my favorites being, like, I've captured you, like, 15 times now. Like, I've captured you, like, 17 times now. How many times am I going to have to recapture you? I think it's gonna be 18. The caucasity of this bitch.
I'm Dr. Eggman. Your new
Oh yeah, and another one of my
overlord.
favorites from the Sonic 06 dub of what I've seen. Flushed him down the turlet. Give me a break. The delay is bad. That's why I'm saying it's not on you. It's like just Twitch's servers being well, it's not even Twitch's servers. It's just like with the winter storm that came through my area. The internet's been shit.
Like, yeah, honestly, one of these days, I want to do this with Mario. Like, I want to do the whole, I gave seminars on manipulation. I can reach into a man's soul and unravel with one tug. And immediately, he's going to be the one that's like, sure, hit me. You're bold. He's like, so are you. I'm like, I'll kill you. We want to do that, but...
I want to see you guys do that. That'd be hilarious.
I have no idea what that's in reference to.
Do you recall that video I shared, that short from Pringus McDingus sometime last year? Like, I think basically...
Bruh, last year is mostly a blur to me.
Fair. I will share it again. It's a scene from... I don't know where it's from. I remember I know it's from a sitcom, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But basically, it's someone actually did it where it was like Eggman speaking to Eggman Nega, saying how he gave seminars on manipulation.
I have not seen that. I do not remember you sending me that.
I sent it to almost everyone on Discord.
I might not have seen it when you sent it to me because like I was out of it for a lot of last year because of pain.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Because I posted it in the server a lot, so I would have been surprised if you didn't
Also,
notice
stuff in
it.
the server, especially in the meme dungeon, gets buried very quickly.
Fair enough.
And Lord knows you don't ever send me anything.
Furret, I said you should.
Except for like Luna the Wolf porn for some strange reason.
Shut up, Furret.
I'm a good Furret. What do I need with Luna the Wolf porn?
Yeah, remember, like, surprisingly, Furret's been the good one here tonight. Out of the three of us.
Incidentally, if anyone wants to send me Luna porn, my address is... Furret! God damn it! Worst possible time for my translator to break.
N-word? What did I say the N-word, Chuck?
Eggman Nega.
Oh. God damn it.
It's been a joke in the Sonic fandom to, like, treat people saying his name like they're saying a slur.
God fucking damn it.
Just like with that Fairly Odd Parents evil counterpart of the Crimson Chin, the Nega Chin.
Chuck, I hate you. I'm going to kill you.
In Minecraft. Remember, you're on my stream. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, yes. In Minecraft. I will kill you in Minecraft, Chuck.
With brown bricks.
I'll kill you in
That's
Smash Brothers. No items. I get to play as Lucina. Let's go, bitch.
Not to mention the fact is I know where you live, Chuck.
You know what? 1v1 me in Super Smash Brothers. Poke floats, items on. Both of us playing as God, who's a horrible character to play as in Melee? Ganondorf.
I was gonna say Pichu.
Yes, Pichu only. Poke float stage, items on. And we'll do stamina instead of stock.
I'll be there.
No,
in like 5 minutes.
No, we'll do coin battle instead of stock.
Oh God!
Just the worst melee match possible.
Final destination, no items, everyone's Fox. Let's do this shit.
No. That's for posers who just want to play as the best character in the game to flex how they can win with the best character in the game. No, we're playing as the worst character in the game in the worst stage in the game.
In the worst settings of the game.
Yes. That's how you show people with real skill.
No, but like it's like a running joke with some of my friends and I that I'm not allowed to play as Lucina because I'm too fucking good with her.
Back in college, I wasn't allowed. Back in college, I wasn't allowed to play as Kirby because I would do the cheese strat where, like, I would inhale someone and then spit them off the side of the screen.
I would have won that match, JKR, if that fucking map had not screwed me over. We all know it. We all saw what was happening.
So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure.
And chili dogs. And pink chugs.
That right there is actually one of my favorite Sonic lines, because it perfectly encapsulates his character. Just a guy that loves adventure.
Days are coming to an end.
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. This is also a stage that I like to farm extra lives on because it never... Like, you can just ignore Sonic and just light dash through the lines of rings and get, like, dozens of lives.
I honestly thought the fucking Pizza Time music that started just now was part of the stage.
Sadly, no. Also, neither of them are pizza guys. Remember, Sonic likes chili dogs and Shadow likes handfuls of coffee beans.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
You know what? I will hydrate. I haven't had water this whole stream.
Yeah, the fact is you're talking a lot and we're laughing our asses off. So, yeah, it's good that you get a drink.
Hydration achieved.
Hydrate! Hydrate!
Great, now do it again!
Hydrate!
Well, you have to redeem it again if you want me to do it again.
I'm about to. Give me a second.
Hydrate.
I lost it. There it is.
Did you ever have it to begin with, JKR? You're lucky that I'm not using my Maxine model tonight, otherwise I'd accuse you of just wanting to see me wet.
I mean, what's stopping him from wanting that now?
I mean, Coffee Pod has said that he ships me and you.
Yeah.
We are the one true ship, which is why we need to sink that ship as quickly as possible.
Agreed. I like you, Ari, but not like that.
And I think it all started from a discussion about squirrel football leagues.
Yes.
We have Homestar Runner to thanks for one of the longest running gags in my streams.
Oh, that's what I like.
And what gag is that?
You know damn well what it is, Furret. I'm not gonna go into it with you.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna do it with him because you're shipped with me, not Furret. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That was like a choco.
No, I fucked
That was
it
like a
up.
choco. Holy shit.
Just like most of my jokes.
I hate it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm hating it.
How old were you when you learned that was Justin Timberlake, by the way?
I was last years old, so 31.
Yep. That sounds about right. But yeah, for years I never knew that was Justin Timberlake.
I think all three of us have seen Sonic 3.
Yes, I've seen Sonic 3. And
we have seen Sonic 3, but for the sake of spoilers, we're not discussing. We don't really try to.
yeah, especially since it didn't have a very long theatrical run like most movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Once it comes to streaming is well, yeah, but once it comes to streaming on the 21st, that's when I'm lifting the ban on talking about Sonic 3 spoilers.
Still can't believe they killed off Amy Rose like that.
I still can't believe that I still can't believe that a majority of the runtime was just not even Rouge the Bat, but Hitomi Tanaka dressed as Rouge the Bat doing topless jumping jacks for 2 hours and 14 minutes.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That was the best part of the movie.
I'm not saying it's a bad part. I'm saying I can't believe they got away with that with a PG rating. They must have been doing the same thing that let the Zucker brothers get away with showing topless nudity up close in, like, front and center on the camera in the movie Airplane and still get a PG rating.
You in what army, Spuckman?
I like that we agree that Spuckman is to be read like the Homestar Runner characters say with anything with a man at the end, like Mailman or Baloneyman or Santaman.
He's a Cyberman.
I think it's because we all just grew up with Homestar Runner.
Well, two of you did. I didn't.
Yeah, I introduced JKR to Homestar Runner. I introduced a lot of people to Homestar Runner, and have given them brain rot as a result. It's ruined the way that I use my talk words permanently, and I like that. Like, I can no longer say, what was it, how come? I have to say, why come now.
Did I ever tell you my really weird connection to a famous meme?
No.
You know the This Is Fine dog?
Yes.
I went to high school, same high school year as the guy that created that dog, Casey Green.
Cool.
Yeah, he's like a very famous comic book artist now.
Yeah, I know Casey Green.
Yep. He was.
I know of him. I don't know him personally.
Yeah, well, I do, and that's awesome. I once asked him if it would be possible to, if he's ever at a convention I'm going to meet and greet with him and get a free autograph. He told me no, but I could give you a free punch in the face.
He can give you a boot to the head.
Pretty much.
Man's gotta make money somehow,
Spuck is cup spelled backwards. Yes, it is.
Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat.
Race car backwards is race car.
Take over the world. Now begins the glorious era of the Empire.
I man am Regal, a German am I.
Anyway, that is the end of the Dark Story.
Hooray!
I love how he looks like he's just got like severe back pain.
Yeah, he does some weird poses. Oh, danger on the screen. That's also a texture that they changed in future releases. They changed it from danger to warning.
Danger! Danger! Danger!
Honestly, warning makes a little more sense, in my opinion, but, like, that's just it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Also, this is the only game that has next episode previews when you complete one story. I actually prefer the next episode. I prefer the next episode preview for the Dark Story that you can only see by doing the hero story first. But, you know, we're going to see the hero story preview because you only get to see one of each, depending on which story you do first.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, they also you joke about that, but they also have story recaps if you like quit the game mid-story and then come back to it later. The character whose level you on will recap what happened and what they're about to do.
That's actually adorable.
They also do that in Sonic Adventure 1, but in Sonic Adventure 2 it has voice acting.
Like for every mission, like every level you were playing as Eggman, and you come back to the Eggman level, he always introduces himself as I am.
Yeah, they always introduce themselves first. It's like for a Rouge stage, she'll be like, "I'm Rouge the Bat, but you can call me the Treasure Hunter Rouge."
And like for Eggman, it's always like, I'm Dr. Eggman, the greatest scientific genius in the world.
And for those who are keeping score in the audience, I do love Rouge the Bat, but my absolute favorite, my absolute number one crush in the Sonicverse is Whisper the Wolf, just in case any of you were curious. You want to talk about I'm not okay for Rouge, I am not okay for Whisper.
Okay, but like Rouge is the one that's easy to be not okay for because look at her, especially in this game. And one more detail that I'll throw in, which is also the most popular thing I've ever posted on Twitter, and it wasn't me trying to do a popular like engagement bait response, was if you rip the textures for Rouge from this game and look at them individually, you can see that she has an unused camel toe texture.
Anyway,
like the tweet was like in response to a podcast asking what's some useless game trivia you know, and I posted that along with a picture of the texture rips, and for years I've been getting likes and responses to it, with people being like, "Holy shit, you're not kidding."
I was a good Furret this whole stream.
You were a good Furret, which means you get the thing I promised you.
Yay. I was going to say, do we really need to be discussing this when I was such a good boy?
You made it to the end of the story, so that counts as the cutoff point.
Yay! Boobs!
The military's top-secret weapon, Project Shadow, was stolen from the military base located on the deserted island in the southern seas. This incident increased worldwide terrorist activities. Sonic the Hedgehog was arrested. The adventure for truth leads to the incidents that shocked the entire world. The story takes our hero Sonic from the Earth and into outer space. Sonic Adventure 2, Hero Side Story. Farewell, Sonic. Forever.
I like the Dark Side preview a bit better because of the final line just hits really hard, where this narrator, who's got a pretty good narration voice, I have to look up who it is, says, "Long live the Eggman Empire."
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. Furret was a good Furret.
I was a good Furret.
Let's get back over
never speak in
here.
that kind of voice on stream again. I apologize.
All right, let's see who from the Eldenwood team I'm going to be rating tonight. Because I'm part of the Eldenwood stream team now.
Nice.
Which is a VTuber community for VTubers 30 years old and up.
Nice.
And they've been really supportive and welcoming. And let's see, I got the link to the team right here. You're probably gonna hear some noises from my browser. Let's see, Zombie Pandemic is live, so
Nice.
well, let's see, who needs the raids? We're gonna raid Bratty Whiskers. We're gonna raid Bratty Whiskers because as much as I love Zombie Pandemic, they've got 36 viewers right now. I like raiding channels with a currently smaller viewer count. And also, Brady Whiskers has been really nice to me. Brady Whiskers is playing Marvel Rivals.
Fun times.
And seems to be playing a Squirrel Girl.
Ooh.
So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to my co-hosts for co-hosting with me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, and until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, the boys have called us. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Please allow us to fuck off.
Good night, everybody.